Hello and welcome to my little channel. Today is October the 8th, 2020. And of course, we're going to talk about the vice president debates. Now, I'm going to start off saying Kamala Harris did a lot better than I thought she was going to do. She's definitely not Joe Biden. So there is that going for her. But she didn't really do that great of a job. She just did better than I expected. Um, There's three lies that she said, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot more lies. The first lie was Trump didn't have a COVID 19 plan. The truth is, Trump had a plan for COVID 19 and did a lot to help the states to get what they needed for supplies like PPP and all that good stuff and ventilators, um, getting the private sector involved to make ventilators just so our hospitals will have them. So yeah, there's that. The second lie that stood out, I think this was rather somewhere towards the middle. Not exactly sure where it was, but the find people on both sides lie. Now Trump has denounced the KKK and neo Nazis, white supremacists, but in that quote says, "I denounce the KKK and neo Nazis, but there were fine people on both sides at Charlottesville." But they seem to keep on editing that part out to make him seem to be like a racist, but he's not. So that was the first lie. Um, the other one is appealing Obamacare and getting rid of pre-existing conditions. That's also not a lie because he did executive order to make sure that that stayed in. And I'm pretty sure if he were to sign a bill, that would have to be in because that is something that is probably endeared to him and wants to make sure the American people are taken care of. And like I said, there's a lot of good things with the Affordable Health Care Bill, and that's one of them. Unfortunately, there's a lot that's not, more like the majority of it. Now, both sides didn't answer some of the questions. One in particular was when it came to a plan if the president were to go ill and the vice president would have to step in, or if it just not able to be president. Both of them really didn't answer the question. Pence mostly had an answer for most things. Of course, not Prince, but Pence brought up the Tulsa Gabbard nuke out of his arsenal and brought up Harris's record about keeping prisoners beyond their stay, just so they could have cheap labor for firefighting, forest firefighting. But of course, we cannot go any longer without talking about the fly. If anyone won the debate, it's hands down the fly that got stuck to Pence's head. That was there for about 2-ish minutes. It was kind of interesting and awkward. Um, so the other thing that if you were to watch it, Harris kept on being twitching, smiling, giggling, while Pence was just calm and just really didn't move that much. Just answered the questions when he answered them. Spoke pretty much like water. I mean, just kind of just flew out there. So yeah. So there's that. But of course, we got semi breaking news of this morning. The commission of the debates changed the rules at the last minute. So pretty much we had the debate yesterday, and then we had this happen in the morning, where the uh, commission pretty much changed it to where it's going to be virtual debates. And Trump says, screw that. It's either in person or not at all. But let's see this ad right here. Trump Biden presidential debate scheduled now in limbo amid fight over format change. The president debate schedule was thrown into uncertainty on Thursday. The president debate schedule was thrown into uncertainty on Thursday amid a fight between the Trump campaign and the Biden campaign after the Commission of Presidential Debates announced that the second showdown will take place in a virtual setting as President Trump recovers from the coronavirus. Things unraveled Thursday after the commission released the morning statement saying that the second presidential debate will take a form of a town meeting in which the candidates will participate in separate remote locations. Shortly after that announcement, the president said that he would not participate in the virtual format, calling it ridiculous. The Biden campaign responded, seemingly acknowledged that the next debate, town hall scheduled for October 15 in Miami, would not happen and suggest that the previous scheduled debate on the 22nd become a town hall forum. But the Trump campaign saying that they still want two more debates and that the president wants to face off against the former Vice President Joe Biden twice more before the voters hit the polls on November 3rd. The proposal of the debate, originally scheduled for October the 15th, to be pushed to October the 22nd, the day the final show will take place. The final debate pushed to a week later to October 29th. But the Biden campaign pushing back, saying that the president cannot dictate the debate schedule. So, yeah, he's not happy with the virtual debate. I think I know the reasons why, because he wants to make sure that it's a fair debate. Make sure that no one's feeding Joe Biden a bunch of facts that could just throw Trump under the bus, and also vice versa. It's not really good format, to be honest. Actually, the whole debate thing is actually outdated practice. I think they should just get into a room, maybe have a host like Joe Rogan, just have a discussion. You learn more through discussion than this type of format, anyways. Of course, Nancy Pelosi questions Trump's health, says that we're going to be talking about the 25th Amendment. In case you don't know what the 25th Amendment, that is to remove a president when they're unfit to lead. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi made a dramatic announcement during her weekly press conference on Thursday by telling reporters that she intends to discuss a constitutional measure to remove President Trump from office following questions regarding Trump's health as he recovers from coronavirus. The 25th Amendment allows for the vice president to become acting president if it is determined that the president is unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office. Tomorrow, by the way, come here tomorrow, Pelosi said, we're going to be talking about the 25th Amendment. The president fired back Thursday afternoon tweet saying, Crazy Nancy is the one that should be under observation. They don't call her crazy for nothing. Pelosi early questioned the status of Trump's health, as well as exactly how long he had COVID-19. I think the public needs to know the health condition of the president, Pelosi says. There's one question he refuses to answer. When was his last negative test? Pelosi said that this information is necessary in order to make a judgment about the actions that were taken after that. Let us see a date, a time, when you last tested negative, she added. The 25th Amendment requires the declaration of the president's inability from the vice president or either the majority of either heads of the executive branch departments or such other body as Congress may law provide, to be sent to the Speaker of the House, in this case Pelosi, and the President pro tempore of the Senate, currently Senator Chuck Grassley, Republican, Iowa. While the amendment allows for Congress to pass a law that would create a body to sign off such a declaration, Pelosi said that Pelosi would have to convince the Senate Republicans to go along with it. Plus, Vice President Mike Pence would also have to sign off on the declaration as well, which would be highly unlikely. So yeah, Pelosi is still up to her old games, trying to remove the president, using every arrow in her quiver. I don't think it's going to be successful, and honestly, it's not going to matter after November 3rd anyways, in my personal opinion. So hopefully Pelosi loses her election, so she won't be Speaker of the House next term. Hoping. And hopefully they lose the House. Hopefully Trump keeps the job. and hopefully the Republicans keep the Senate, just so we have all three branches under one party, which is the Trump party. Now, I understand within the next 2 years there'll be another election for the House and possibly the Senate as well. So who knows? I'm hoping that they take all three just to end the madness. So leave a comment down below on what your thoughts are. And if you want to, smash the like and subscribe button. But most importantly, have yourself a wonderful day, morning, or evening.